from the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Presented by Amity University. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Century Ply and Nippon India Mutual Fund.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Now, I never thought that doing great law and order management would be such a problem with the lobby. They seem to have a real problem with Yogi. But across the country, you and I, people across the country are utterly delighted with the way in which Yogi has arrested 50 rioters of Kanpur. He deserves to be congratulated. The pincer-sharp process, the release of their photographs, the visual identification, using unquestionable technology, fantastic, by the Yogi government. In fact, these rioters, they've got such a lesson, ladies and gentlemen, that they, who were strutting around trying to burn Kanpur down on Friday, are forced to quietly, meekly surrender in front of the Uttar Pradesh police on their own. It's just marvelous. It's absolutely marvelous. The way in which Yogi has taught these rioters a lesson. But oh, these hypocrites, the same hypocrites who were absolutely roaring in support when 70 people had criminal charges framed against them for the Capitol Hill riots in Washington, saying, we must learn from this. Saying, this is the kind of law and order that we don't have in India. This is the kind of law and order. Look at America, how great America is. We need to learn from America. We need this kind of law and order in India. That same lobby, which was loquacious with joy, utter, uncontrollable joy, when the police in America shot dead a protester who was trying to enter Capitol Hill, the House of Representatives, during the riots there in Washington. And they said, when will we ever be tough in India? Look at these Americans. Now that same lobby is furious that Yogi, who they hate, has decided to enforce the law. Now I ask tonight, what does this lobby really hate more? Yogi Adityanath or the law itself? Now viewers, you can call this model anything. Whatever Yogi is doing, you can call this model anything. You can deride it, you can call it the bulldozer model for all we care. What matters, and the lobby knows it, and they better digest it. What matters is that the Yogi model works. That's all that matters, and that's all we'll debate tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The Yogi government's crackdown on the rioters in Kanpur, 50 arrested already, others scooting, some caught, some surrendering. It's just fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, debate number 2 tonight at 10 o'clock this evening. Now we have cash, gold coins, seizures, so much coming out from the Satyendra files tonight, but Kejriwal supporting him all the way. That's debate number 2. And debate number 3 tonight. Now this group should have been boycotted a long time back, and now they're cornered, rattled, panicked. Their accounts are being frozen. They're trying to, play the victim. It's all laughable. I don't know why the government is wasting time and not banning the PFI immediately. That's debate number 3. And here are the headlines this Tuesday evening on the debate tonight.
जो किसी करीबी के घर से मिला है, अब दिल्ली में या एनसीआर में किसी भी व्यक्ति के घर अगर सोना, कैश, किसी भी प्रकार की वस्तु पड़ी हुई है, ये तो आप किसी के सर पे भी आरोप मढ़ सकते हैं कि ये उसका करीबी है, ये इसका करीबी है।
From cash stash to gold bars, sensational seizures from Satyendra Jain's aides.
Why is it that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is still protecting the corrupt? Mr. Satyendra Jain is guilty of corruption prima facie, and therefore he has got no relief from any of the courts of law.
Agencies release pictures and proof of direct link. Can the Aam Aadmi Party defend him anymore? As Yogi really goes after the rioters, over 40 picked up, some of them surrender fearing action by the UP police. It's official now, police say PFI men arrested for direct links to the Kanpur riots. As proof piles up against the PFI questions the RSS, this diversion will not work. And a sensational twist in the Kerala gold scam case, accused Swapna Suresh names Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan. Ladies and gentlemen, the Yogi government has cracked down, and how, on the Kanpur rioters. It's just non-stop. They are going all out. They are not sparing anyone. They've made arrests. They put out posters. There are no signs of a go-slow. The lobby doesn't know what to do. It's completely in panic. Some are questioning the police action. Some are trying to justify the actions of the rioters. Fundamentally, how can the disruptors of law and order be given a clean sheet? Fundamentally as well, and we must say this tonight, the lobby does not know how to deal with Yogi Adityanath, and that's the fact. Let's debate.
Carts full of stones were dragged in to inflict maximum damage. Over 40 people, including the police, were injured.
साफ तस्वीरें देखिए प्रदर्शनकारी किस तरह से पथराव कर रहे हैं.
CCTV cameras specifically identified and destroyed.
रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क की टीम इस वक्त पहुंची है उस जगह पर जहां पर पथराव हुआ था, और साफ तौर पे आपको दिखाएंगे एक्सक्लूसिव तस्वीरें जिन बिल्डिंगों से पथराव हुआ था. हमारे सामने जो बिल्डिंग है 3 से 7 फ्लोर की जो बिल्डिंग्स है, जिसको लेकर के डीएम ने खुद आदेश किया है कि उनकी जांच होगी.
ये लोगों का पहले से प्लानिंग था. ये लोग यही नहीं ठेला पर भर करके लाए हैं. जिनके पास बम भी थे, अद्दा भी थे, सारी चीजें थी इनके पास.
But within 24 hours of the Kanpur rioters' posters being affixed, over 50 riot accused have been arrested so far.
50 लोगों में 3 ऐसे लोग हैं जो कि पीएफआई से संबद्ध रहे हैं, और बाकी विशेष जांच दल इस पूरे प्रकरण की जांच कर रही है. जांच में जो कुछ भी सामने आएगा वो न्यायालय के समक्ष रखा जाएगा.
More pictures of those involved in the riot have been accessed, and the police are working round the clock to nab the riot accused. Adil was tracked and detained in the middle of the night by the Kanpur police, and some are turning themselves in.
प्रिंटिंग प्रेस से अपने छापे थे पोस्टर्स जिसमें 3 जून की बंदी का जिक्र हुआ था. उसी के बाद से कानपुर में 3 जून को जो माहौल था वो खराब हुआ था. यही पोस्टर्स थे जो वायरल हुए थे. तो हाशमी से आप पहले मिले थे? आपकी मुलाकात पहले भी है?
एक बार पहले हुई है बस.
अच्छा,
वो भी तो
उसने क्या कहा था आपसे प्रिंट कराने आए?
उसने कहा प्रिंट कर दीजिए, 20 प्रिंट छाप दीजिए. हमने छाप दिए.
भड़काऊ पोस्टर किस जगह पर प्रिंट हुए हैं, तो इसको हमने आइडेंटिफाई किया. ये रोमा प्रिंटर्स हैं, और रमानी तो इससे पूछताछ की जा रही है कैसे कब किसने ऑर्डर दिया और किस तरीके से इन पोस्टरों को छपवाया गया.
An outsider angle is not being ruled out after the police arrested a stone pelter, Siraj Hussain, resident of Unnao. Questions about a larger role of the wife of the alleged mastermind Hayat have surfaced. Hear how she openly admits to removing people from WhatsApp groups in the aftermath to protect them.
इसलिए एग्जिट किया कि उसमें बहुत से बच्चे भी थे, लड़के भी थे, और जो पुलिस उसको उठा रही है झूठ मूठ फंसाने के लिए, अपना काम करने के लिए जौहर के ग्रुप से लोगों को उठाती जा रही है, एक एक करके डेली उठाती जा रही है. ये इसलिए उन लोगों को हटाया.
हयात जी को भी रिमूव किया उसने?
बिल्कुल, सबसे पहले मैंने उनको रिमूव किया.
But some are determined to defend the riot linked and make a case for them.
वो तो बिलडोजर की बात थी कि अगर किसी बेगुनाह को लेकर के उसके मकान पर कुछ बिलडोजर चलता है तो फिर ये सब लोग हम लोग कफन बांध के निकल पड़ेंगे। लेकिन अगर कोई गुनहगारों के साथ कार्रवाई होती है तो काहे कोई समझदार आदमी ऐसा करेगा भाई।
The police force under Yogi Adityanath is calling out the AIMPLB and PFI narrative.
हम लोगों ने जो वहाँ पे घटना हुई है, जिसके वीडियो फुटेजेस मौजूद हैं, उस आधार पे ही कार्रवाई की जा रही है और प्योरली मेरिट के आधार पे की जा रही है। यह भी सुनिश्चित कराया जा रहा है कि कोई भी गलत व्यक्ति के विरुद्ध कार्रवाई न हो।
And as flag marches continue in Kanpur, it is clear the Yogi model of unsparing action is the only way to deal with rioters. Let's debate.
Now, yesterday when we debated this, we got a huge reaction from all of you, and the question everyone asked was, what is the problem? What problem do they have with the implementation of law and order? And I truly don't understand. I don't understand for the life of me why anyone would question the Yogi way. I think the Yogi way is a fantastic way. It's a tough way. People like Waris Pathan don't know how to deal with Yogi Adityanath. You know, this is true democracy at work. Waris Pathan, welcome. Abbas Haider of the Samajwadi Party doesn't know how to deal with the Yogi way. Maulana Ijaz Athar, I don't know what his view is, but Rohit Agarwal hates the Yogi way. I'll come to you. Ratan Shardab, Dr. Vikram Singh, Rashmi Samant and Shantanu Gupta complete my panel. And Waris, I will begin with you since you're eager to praise Yogi right at the start. But my question to you is, isn't it just fantastic? Isn't it?
Spokesperson?
Pardon me? What are you saying?
Where is the BJP spokesperson today? Not to be seen. Okay, let's go ahead.
You're missing them.
Fringe element would come when
You're missing someone. You're missing someone in particular.
No, I'm asking you.
You're missing someone in particular.
That is why when you introduce,
no, someone you're missing. You're missing Sambit Patra tonight. I can tell you, you can't even handle Rashmi Samant. You can't handle Rashmi Samant. She's going to destroy you in the course of the debate. You can't handle Shantanu Gupta. You run away when Ratan Shah asks you a question. You speak over them. You're already perspiring. Okay, you tell me, what's your problem with the Yogi way? 50 people have been arrested. I think it's beautiful. But what's your problem?
My problem is simple. The country will run on the constitution, rule of law. We all have to follow the rule of law. Why to use bulldozer policy? I am a lawyer and
let him complete, Ratan Shah. Let him
a man is presumed to be
let him scream his lungs out.
Proven guilty by the courts of law. Here you pick up a boy for throwing stone, you go with the bulldozer, you want to demolish the home wherein his father, mother, children's daughter, everybody is staying. Who has given you the authority? Will the country run on procedure of law or will you just take out bulldozer and go on bulldozing? When will the bulldozer run on the fasad ki jad? The BJP ex-post person who insulted our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and she had the sentiments of billions of Muslims all over the world. Merely suspension, no arrest. You arrest 40 children from Kanpur. Apply LSA
40 children.
But what about
40 children? Put the pictures out. Put the pictures of these children on air, please. No, let's have the pictures of these children on air, please. These are the children.
What about
these are the children. These are the innocent bhola bhala children.
And she used the word.
Okay, Waris.
She used the word where, Arnab?
Okay, Waris.
Earlier times now.
Okay, now I'll tell you. I don't know about other channels. They ran pretty well when I was there. I can't take responsibility for whatever was happening there after I've gone. I founded the channel. I'm not responsible for what happened, which way it went after I left. Question being here, Ratan Sharda, and Waris, thank you for listening. Yeah. Question being here, Ratan Sharda, they say that this is discriminatory action, okay? Now, in the poster released by the Kanpur police, Ratan Sharda, accused who are marked in image number 1, 7, 11, 26, and I love the way they've been marked out, you know. Forever, for the rest of their life, these images will haunt them. They will be number 1, 7, 11, 26, 30, 31, 32, 37 and 40. They are carrying huge stones in their hand. They want to burn Kanpur down. They want to attack people. They're not children. So Waris, be quiet for a while. I'm getting Ratan Shah to respond to you. These are not flowers they are holding in their hand. And I love the fact that yogis taught them a lesson. I was so happy. I was celebrating when I heard that one of these quote-unquote, children, these stone pelters were surrendering in front of the police on their own. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Of innocent people.
Ratan Sharda. Ratan Sharda is on the debate. The debate is on. Please, it can't be one-sided.
See, you will remember.
Ratan Sharda, what is thank you?
During all the outrage created by Owaisi and family about CAA, UP did not have riots, and that is why these people are frustrated because they thrive on riots. I have only one question to ask this gentleman, if he's a gentleman, that has he condemned the use of violence to protest against Nupur Sharma? Or is he approving the riots conducted in the name of Nupur Sharma? When he says I respect constitution, the constitutional way was to go to the court, but they took to the street. So is the court being run by Sharia, or is the nation run by Sharia, or the nation is run by constitution? Do you approve Sharia usage, claiming that the sar tan se juda is proper? That means you want Sharia, you don't constitution. You can't put your leg on both the places. You cannot say,
I am talking about constitution, Mr. Ratan Sharda. I say follow the rule of law. And we have registered FIR against Nupur Sharma. But why no arrest? Why no arrest as yet? Mere suspension we have been shouting on the top of our voice since last 12 days.
One point from what he said,
but Modi did not arrest. Only suspension also.
Just tell me
when our vice president was going to Qatar, and
what she said was any different from Hadith. Tell me that. Don't keep on shouting.
Okay. Question being, Ratan Sharda, 1 minute. Ratan Sharda and Waris. Ratan Sharda and Waris, 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Just 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Let me say it clearly. A minute, please. A minute. A minute. Waris, be quiet. Waris, be quiet. Waris, be quiet. See, I'll tell you.
15 countries are
this man talks about 15 minutes में दो सारा देश जला देंगे 15 करोड़ 100 करोड़ पे भारी वो आदमी आके कह रहे मेरे कारण अरे अपनी जबान को लगाम देना सीखे आप लोग तब देश में शांति होगी आप लोगों को भड़काएंगे और यहाँ के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की दुहाई देंगे आप लोग दंगे क्रिएट करेंगे और हम पे इल्जाम लगाएंगे आप शिवलिंग का बचाव करोगे आप हिंदुओं का बचाव करोगे आप उनको धमकाओ
there is no 1 minute I want Rashmi Saban to also come in right now. Waris, I want to tell you and I want to tell everyone here, and I want to bring in Maulana Ijaz Athar along with Shantanu Gupta. You see, Maulana Ijaz Athar ji, can you hear me? Waris, just relax please. As a specialist in teaching people how to break the law and take the law into their own hands, it's quite astonishing. It's amusing, Waris, that you should be talking about the law anyway. Maulana Ijaz Athar, what everyone needs to understand, and I'm sure that you will too, that there is no Hindu Muslim. इसमें कोई Hindu Muslim है ही नहीं. इसमें Hindu Muslim क्या है? इसमें Hindu Muslim कहाँ है? इसमें Hindu Muslim एंगल कहाँ से किसने निकाला? मौलाना साहब, मुझे तो कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रही. दंगा है, दंगाई है, पत्थरबाज हैं, इसमें कोई हिंदू मुस्लिम है ही नहीं. नहीं, बात समझने की कोशिश करें. ये जो जरा हयात है, जो जफर हयात हाशमी की बीवी है, जो मेन अक्यूज की बीवी है, और जफर हयात हाशमी को अरेस्ट किया गया है, उन्होंने एडमिशन कर दी है कि मैंने लोगों को व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप से निकालने की कोशिश की क्योंकि पुलिस ने कहा कि इस ग्रुप के सारे लोगों को उन पर सवाल किया जा रहा है. यानी कि टैंपरिंग विद एविडेंस है. यानी कि आप जैसे समझदार पढ़े लिखे लोग, आपको तो कहना चाहिए कि भाई आज तो हमें सबको खड़ा होकर योगी आदित्यनाथ ने जो किया है कोई कर नहीं पाया अब तक. आप ये देखिए, ये हाथ में उनके पत्थर है, कोई फूल नहीं है मौलाना साहब. और ये जो सल्लू है, नहीं, और एक बात कहूं मौलाना साहब, उसके बाद आपके पास ही आ रहा हूं. ये जो सल्लू है नंबर 13. अनलकी फॉर हिम बाय द वे, शांतनु. ये नंबर 13 सल्लू इतने डर गए कि बोला भाई माफ कीजिए, मैं खुद कानपुर पुलिस के सामने जाके मैं सरेंडर कर देता हूं. इसमें तो खुशी होनी चाहिए मौलाना साहब. आपको खुशी है कि नहीं मौलाना साहब? इसमें हिंदू मुस्लिम एंगल है ही नहीं. आप बताइए वारिस पठान को.
देखिए अर्नब जी, जहां तक के ये बात है, इसके अंदर वारिस पठान साहब को भी ये बात समझना चाहिए है कि किसी को भी कानून अपने हाथ में लेना नहीं चाहिए. ये कौन सा निराला रंग है कि आप सड़क
फैंटास्टिक, फैंटास्टिक।
आप आकर के
वारिस को लगाइए, सुने।
आप आकर के
आप वारिस पठान, आप बात करने दीजिए मौलाना साहब को।
फॉलो करने की बात कर रहा हूँ।
उसके लिए शासन है, उसके लिए एजेंसीज हैं। किसी को हक ये नहीं है कि वो आकर के गुम्मेबाजी करे, पब्लिक प्रॉपर्टी को डैमेज करे। हाँ, जहां तक है नुपुर शर्मा की बात है, मैं उसको कंडेम करता हूं और बीजेपी के उस अमल को स्वागत करता हूं कि जो उन्होंने उसको निकाला है पार्टी से, मगर यहीं के ऊपर मामला खत्म ना हो, उसको ऐसी सख्त से सख्त सजा दी जाए कि आगे कोई भी किसी भी धर्म के जो आस्था से जुड़े हुए लोग हैं उनका बारे में इस तरह के अल्फाज ना इस्तेमाल करे। इस्लाम वो धर्म और मजहब है कि जो सिखाता है, हमें बताता है कि तुम दूसरों के खुदाओं को बुरा भला ना कहो, और धर्म की इज्जत करने के लिए इस्लाम सिखा रहा है। वो लोग जो इस्लाम की नकाब पहन करके आ रहे हैं, हकीकत में उनका ताल्लुक कोई इस्लाम से नहीं है। नुपुर शर्मा की मैं मजम्मत करता हूं, उसके इस इक़दाम की मजम्मत करता हूं,
इसकी बदनाम करता हूं, लेकिन मैं उन दंगारियों की भी मजम्मत कर रहा हूं कि उन्होंने कानून को अपने हाथ में आकर के लिया।
सस्पेंशन नहीं, अरेस्ट किया जाए।
अरे अरेस्ट तो करना ही होगा ना। शांतनु देखिए, आई टेल यू वन थिंग टुडे, viewers just watch this, आप just watch this। वारिस कभी आपने have you ever thought,
arrest Arnab, no offense,
no Waris, don't speak over me, I don't like this। Waris, listen to me, you know, have you ever thought and asked yourself one question?
अरे जिनके वजह से दंगा हुआ कानपुर के, तो उसको अरेस्ट नहीं
आप
करेंगे।
रुकिए ना भाई, आप चिल्लाइए। शांतनु the only, 1 minute, this is very irritating। Shantanu, the only question that Waris needs to ask, and I'll have to put the fader down for a minute, the only question he needs to ask is, why is nobody with me? I don't get 10 votes in Uttar Pradesh, I get rejected in Bihar, I don't get votes, I will be thrown out of Hyderabad also tomorrow. In Delhi, I can't fight an election, I'm nowhere. Rashmi is laughing, but that's the reality. That is the unfortunate reality.
They are only there on TV studios, Arnab. Thanks to media, they are only there on TV studios. You know why the lobby is rattled? The lobby is rattled because they were used to of Sonia Gandhi crying when terrorists are killed. They were used to that Akhilesh Yadav is putting in manifestos, then when I'll come to power, I'll release all the terrorists. They are used to of Sharad Pawar, whose people are hands in glove with Dawood's handlers. So they are used to of that. Now all of a sudden comes Yogi way. When if you do a writer, by the evening your poster will be printed and you'll be arrested and you have to pay for the property that you've destroyed. So this is a very new way for them. Now nobody inviting the terrorists.
Let him finish.
The terrorists. So this is a very new way for them. That's why the lobby is rattled. That's why all your panelists are rattled. That's why Waris Pathan and his Akas in Hyderabad are rattled.
Minister of India and President of India is in Kanpur and there is riot happening in
I think
Kanpur.
That's the opportunity. That's the opportunity that your children.
That's what you want from me. The Yogi government, administration, intelligence, all got failed. That Prime Minister is there in Kanpur, President of India is in Kanpur, and you want me to praise the Yogi way.
You will see.
This is what you want, Mr. Shantanu.
Because 15
you tell me, Shantanu Gupta,
countries of the world have
Okay. Rohit, I want to say something. Rohit, you're sounding like a bad version of Mehbooba Mufti. So just wait a minute, please. You know the problem with Mehbooba Mufti's logic and your logic is, you say Mehbooba Mufti says, Look, violence is happening and the government is responsible. But the terrorists are not responsible. And my dear government of Pakistan and the ISI should never be questioned for it. Similarly you. No, 1 minute Rohit, I haven't finished, I've only started. Similarly you and people like you, despite being in mainstream politics, are supporting rioters on live television tonight. And you can't tolerate the fact, and I'll tell you one thing, a country, Rohit, you seem to be an educated person, and I value education. Let me say one thing to you. In a country where people have been habituated to breaking the law, you will have to do what Yogi is doing repeatedly many times over for maybe many years before people understand, Bhaiya, it's not going to work like it did before.
Exactly.
Do you understand? You are going to have to do this. I love the fact that he put up the pictures of the rioters.
Exactly.
No,
you are shocked.
I'm fine with it.
No, you are not fine with it.
There are writers.
DGP Vikram Singh ji, how he back his policemen.
Please remember these
You're not
words,
fine with it.
that right
You're
is
rattled with
happening
it.
in Uttar Pradesh, because
And
tomorrow
Arnab,
you people will
DGP
only
Vikram
come
Singh
in,
ji,
that
that
Shantanu
how
Gupta will come
Yogi
in and will tell
administration
that
backs
in
his
Uttar
policemen.
One of
Pradesh
them
there is
can't
no
be both
right.
at the same level.
In Uttar Pradesh there is no right. Now Shantanu Gupta, you just replied to me that Prime Minister of India is in Kanpur, President of India is in Kanpur. What was the administration doing?
Okay. Got the point. He's responding. Shantanu respond.
Because
Shantanu
800
respond.
crore rupees of
Rohit, you made your
because
point. Don't
800
repeat yourself. Don't repeat yourself.
Because 800 crore rupees of investment was coming in Kanpur. That's their problem. Because metro is coming in Kanpur. That's their problem. Because industry is coming back in the Manchester of the East. That's their problem. Because they want the jobs of stone pelters. They don't want the engineers of metro. Because the defense corridor node is coming in Kanpur. That's their problem. They want UP.
Right.
Investment, and who will come to invest after seeing the Kanpur rights?
The question being, I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing. Just wait a minute, please. Wait a minute. I'll tell you a couple of things. He says today, Rashmi, who is going to invest in Kanpur after what has happened? And I'll tell you what I think. And even Abbas Haidar of the Samajwadi Party will agree. I tell you, after what Yogi has done, and you know that couple of days back there was anyway a big investment conclave where thousands of crores of investment have been announced in Uttar Pradesh. After what Yogi has done, there will be more investment in Uttar Pradesh and across Uttar Pradesh and in Kanpur. Because those who are putting up industries, creating jobs and working for development will know that you cannot dare to create a riot. And that image of Sallu, you know, Abbas, it's a wonderful image. When Sallu comes, like the coward that he is, he goes to the police and he says, I surrender. That is the image which we want in this country, Abbas. That is the image which the future generations of this country want. You should want. You're a young politician, Abbas. You should welcome it. You have no argument against what he has done today. And by the way, you know what has happened? Another marvelous thing, Rashmi. Some of the suspects have been identified by the locals 1 hour after the posters came up. So the people are with Yogi.
Exactly. I think the whole mentality behind, committing a crime en masse in the form of mob violence is the mentality that you can get away with it. Because in the past, under different governments, you've clearly seen that, when there's a mob violence, the perpetrators are never caught. And the government just gets away by saying that, there were too many people. It's difficult to, identify who are the perpetrators. But this time it's different. Overnight, we've been able to, identify, catch them, and law enforcement has been efficient in doing this. And this is the exact image which is going to make UP a $1 trillion economi, because people are not going to be no longer scared to come and invest in this, in this state. Because I think before Yogi Ji's government, you could get mugged on the road and, people would be like, the law enforcement or the government would take no responsibility whatsoever. I've personally attested to this. I can personally attest to this as someone who has visited UP before and after Yogi Ji's regime. And I think this is definitely what the young people want to see in India.
Yeah.
Sorry? What did you say?
I'm not sure you've been to UP recently or not.
I've lived in UP for 45 days. So I've been to UP recently.
Oh, for
I've
45
traveled
days.
all over UP.
Okay. So you're not aware of the NCRB data. That's contrary to what you're claiming.
I don't think, I'm commenting just by looking at things at, narrative media, at fake media. I'm not doing that. I speak from personal experience, from having traveled across the state, and as a young educated person who holds, enough qualification to be able to critically analyze things for herself.
Yeah, of course. You're telling about UP when you don't live here. That's
no. What's your point? I mean, besides attacking, besides trying to attack Rashmi Samant personally. Can you add anything to your conversation? I mean, I am asking you. You are the spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party.
Yeah,
the police have arrested Siraj Hussain, who's a resident of Shuklaganj in Unnao, exposing an outsider link to the riots. So they're basically showing that it's an outsider link is there to the riots. And you must understand, posters are being printed calling for a bandh, which means the people are thinking they'll create a riot, then have a bandh. WhatsApp groups are created to mobilize people in Yatim Khana, in Naisarak areas of Kanpur. The rioters are identified on CCTV. Factually, you have nothing to say, you see. Factually, kuch kahiye na. I mean, what is your problem? You don't like Yogi, right? You don't like Yogi. Your problem is you don't like Yogi. No, but you don't like Yogi. But the problem is today that Waris Pathan cannot come to Uttar Pradesh and provoke people anymore. He'll be arrested within maybe 5 minutes.
No,
there's not a no.
Okay,
he can't provoke people anymore. He may be arrested in 5 minutes if he tries to do so.
If you say that so much inputs were there, then what was the intelligence doing? Is it not the failure of the intelligence? Is it not the failure of the UP government? Is it not the failure of Yogi? They could have prevented the riot, as you said. So many WhatsApp groups were made. This was done. What made?
What are you questioning exactly? No. You tell me. What are you questioning? Waris. 1 minute. Waris.
I'm questioning Yogi.
Waris, can I complete my question to you?
Intelligence failure.
Waris, I'm saying something to you, for God's sake. Please listen to me. No, the problem with you is that you're not good in conversation. You know, the logic here is someone's tweeting right now. That's Chandra with a very long ID. I can't read it. It says, Arnab, their logic is that I did theft. Why didn't you catch me? That's the logic. Wonderful. Why didn't you catch me?
No. The logic is simple. You are running a state.
No, I murdered someone. Why didn't you catch me?
Investment, but you cannot provide.
I don't understand your logic. I carried out an act of terrorism. Why didn't you catch me?
What was the government?
So every time, so your logic is Vikram saying this is the stupendously. What would I say? I mean, I don't want to be rude. It's stupendously.
Because you want to spread lies and
low quality argument being presented by Waris. By this logic. 1 minute. I tell you. By this logic, I think what he's trying to say is that when there was the attack on Parliament, all the members of Parliament should have been arrested. He's also trying to say that when 26/11 happened, the entire Mumbai police should have been arrested. Yeah, that's your silly logic, Waris. I'm telling you, it's as silly as that. It's as silly as that.
Why should it come as a surprise?
Sounds silly when I tell you that way, but that's what you sound like. Okay, now getting a response from Vikram Singh.
People charge them for NSA.
Vikram Singh.
Now, gentlemen, where ignorance. Yes, Mr. Waris Pathan, where ignorance.
Vikram Singh is on the debate right now, ladies and gentlemen. The debate is trending 9:33. Yes, Vikram Singh. Waris, please put back. Let him speak.
Where ignorance is bliss, 'tis folly to be wise. For a change, Yogi and the police have been unsparing in Kanpur, and all the lumpen elements and the hoodlums have been accounted for. Such professionalism has seldom been seen in Uttar Pradesh or elsewhere in the country. A no-nonsense approach, getting to the jugulars of every criminal and the communal element. Well, they are getting the value for the run of their money, and indeed, I compliment Yogi ji and the government and the UP police for being so professional and having a no-nonsense approach to the rioters. What they wanted was, they tried to deceive the administration that they have postponed the agitation from the 3rd to the 5th, yet they went down on the 3rd for a misadventure. Now they're getting their money's worth. This is the return on their investment. Everybody is running for their dear lives, surrendering before the police stations, and then ask them, who asked you to get petrol in glass bottles to make Molotov cocktails? Who asked you to stockpile brick bats on your rooftops? Who asked you to prepare country-made bombs and use the hand carts and then take them along during the site of the riot and attack the police? What is termed as a communal riot is actually a riotous situation and an attack on the Kanpur police. Not a communal riot, but a riot between them, the rioters, and the police. Well, the police was very, very gentle and I think professional and used absolutely proportionate force. Sir, it is also a matter of consolation that the police used.
Should that lady, because of whom this violence took place, should she not be arrested, sir? You are a senior police officer. The lady who gave a provocative statement
Waris Pathan sahab, you are an advocate.
I think, and because of her
Waris Pathan sahab,
please be respectful. Please listen to him.
You are a lawyer. You should advise Waris Pathan sahab. You should take.
You apply
Waris
40,
Pathan sahab,
you apply NS
you
on
should
40 children.
you
but
take,
why is she not
you
arrested,
take
sir?
the application and move to the court of law for
sir,
such
is my
action
is my
as
question
you
not
feel
valid,
is
sir? I'm
legally
asking
appropriate.
you a simple question.
You are a lawyer.
She should not
You
be
are a lawyer.
arrested
Let me tell you.
for her conduct.
You are a lawyer.
Not be arrested.
Waris, listen to him. Waris, listen to him. Waris, listen to him.
Kanpur. Whether they choose to take your advice or not is a different matter. But as a lawyer, with your legal standing, you should give legal advice to the stone pelters of Kanpur. Whether look what happened to the professor of JNU. He was apprehended and let out on bail.
Waris, there's no point shouting. Viewers, okay. So let's get Abbas Haider or Rohit Agarwal back on the debate. And Waris, don't speak non-stop, please. Abbas, tell me, Abbas, what are people justifying by questioning the action exactly? What are they trying to justify? Are they trying to justify the rioting? Are they trying to justify the stone pelting? Don't tell me, tell Ratan Sharda. Are they trying to justify the use of petrol bombs? Are they trying to justify vandalism?
No,
what are they trying to justify? You know, when they say...
Actually, my point is, no...
Arnab,
who goes first? One of you.
No criminal should be spared.
Abbas.
And can I speak?
Yes, Abbas.
Yeah. I think no criminal should be spared, and neither any innocent should be framed.
That's a very generalized kind of view. I'm saying that there are not innocents. People who are using deadly weapons with an intent to kill. 1 minute. Let me tell you. People who are taking an iron rod. Listen to me. Listen to me. Abbas, listen to me. If somebody is using an iron rod and attacking you, that means the person wants to murder you. Okay? I cannot call that person an innocent. Okay? You may want violence.
Okay.
You may really want violence so that...
Nobody can endorse such people. Now it is responsibility of the administration and the police to identify such miscreants.
Yeah, so they're identifying. So they're identifying. Okay, one of you don't speak together. You're saying that it's the responsibility of the police to identify the people who break the law, which is Abbas, exactly what they are doing.
This incident would have been
Abbas, this is exact. Now, Abbas, listen. Abbas, I'll tell you, Abbas. Abbas, I'll tell you. Abbas, let's not forget the kind of country that we grew up in.
What's going to happen there in the same district?
Abbas, the kind of country we had grown up in earlier, when riots happened, people were killed, people lost property and lives. At the end of the day, what would happen? You would have an article in a newspaper, page number 3, single column saying, unidentified people booked for rioting. And you know what?
Yes.
We never caught the unidentified people. But now Yogi's found a way to catch them. He puts up the pictures. He will put every single bit of technological evidence. In fact, I am told that there is very high precision technology being used so that pictures don't lie. No court will be able to protect these people.
Let me tell you one thing.
No. So you have to accept now it's going to be the Yogi way. No, have you accepted it's going to be the Yogi way? No, do you accept it's going to be the Yogi way from now on?
High resolution cameras, with the help of those cameras, you are identifying the miscreant, was installed during Samajwadi Party government. And let me
Chalo, good, but you didn't use it.
There's a competition amongst
That's really funny. That's really funny.
Who can spend more venom? Yeah, obviously. These spokespersons, and the more venom they spit, the bigger reward they get. This is what is happening. And there is one thing is very unfortunate.
One good job, and we appreciate that.
No, one thing is very unfortunate. Let me complete.
So you must thank him.
No,
you must thank that Yogi is using your equipment, which was lying
we are going to identify miscreants on the basis of witnesses, on the basis of evidences.
Yes, right.
Now there is camera, so it is easier to identify such people. Now who installed those cameras? Now this is a different thing. Now let me tell you what was Bharatiya Janata Party doing. Bharatiya Janata Party could have stopped this. Even the protest Bharatiya Janata Party could have stopped.
Are you expecting
Suspending the spokesperson of Bharatiya Janata Party. I was sitting with Arnab ji in a debate, another spokesperson of Bharatiya Janata Party. He used derogatory remarks against...
Okay, don't speak over each other, please. 1 minute. I want to hear Abbas. Let him finish now. Ratan Shahda, let him finish.
So this is what we need.
Abbas, I'll tell you one thing. See,
So this is what we need. Now,
Abbas, can I say one thing to you? Heart of heart, you know, you are really admiring the way Yogi is going about it. You know that. I know that. You know that. You know, Rashmi is smiling today. Everyone knows that it's a fact. Even Waris is thinking, for God's sake, how do we deal with this? Next time Owaisi comes, he'll be arrested if he talks rubbish.
This would have been easily prevented by Yogi Adityanath ji. You know, Bharatiya Janata Party could have prevented this. Under the pressure of foreign countries, they suspended Nupur Sharma, but they could not suspend her because sentiment of the Indian citizens was hurt.
They are not arrested. Innocent people are being
BJP could not suspend her because of that reason. That was not sufficient. You know, pressure from foreign countries was needed. And why Bharatiya Janata Party not taking legal action against Nupur Sharma? While they say that Nupur Sharma has violated Article 10A of the Constitution of Bharatiya Janata Party, even then they do not take legal action.
Now, I want to bring out another facet here. And that is the angle that the lobby uses. You see, according to this, according, just a minute, please.
Prisons are very safe in our country.
Okay. You see, I want Rohit.
Something about Sharad Pawar in her Twitter, and she's arrested and she's in jail since last 2 weeks. Arnab,
Who's
in
this?
Maharashtra, one Marathi film actress, she wrote something about Sharad Pawar, and she's sent to jail since 2 weeks. She is in jail. But here
You're celebrating that.
She has used up so much.
You're celebrating the fact that she's in jail. No, what are you trying to? You're celebrating the fact that she's in jail.
I am talking about in Maharashtra. No, I am saying, see how.
Are you complaining or commending?
FIRs are registered in Maharashtra.
I know about FIRs registered in Maharashtra. Nobody has more experience than me.
The Maha Vikas Aghadi government is also not arresting her, Nupur Sharma. They can arrest a girl, a Marathi film actress, merely for tweeting on Sharad Pawar. But
so now you want Nupur Sharma arrested.
So
now basically you want Nupur arrested.
Summoned her.
What else would you like, sir?
Give statement on 22nd.
Viewers, Waris, you are one of the most. You're one of the wonders of the world. You know, you are truly something unique. You are the kind of person who can say that I think she's lost the link there. We can get Shantanu on. Shantanu, Waris is the kind of person who can say, hum 15, un 80, un 90 pe bhari ho jayenge. His leader can say, police hata do, dikha dete hain, kya hoga. You know, he can try and put Muslims against Hindus and Hindus against Muslims. That all he does, and he complains about Nupur Sharma. If there is one person who has no right to complain about Nupur Sharma, it is you. You are a serial offender. You are a serial offender. You make the most inflammable comments yourself. Now I want to go to Shantanu. You see, Shantanu, another point, and I want you to come to the debate with Rohit. Another point being made is, Yogi is vigilante justice. And I want to actually look into this aspect a little bit. Whatever Yogi is doing has been upheld by the Supreme Court of India.
Exactly.
So is the Supreme Court, are you accusing the Supreme Court of vigilante justice, Rohit? Because the Supreme Court has permitted the UP government to implement and recover funds from the rioters under the UP Recovery of Damages to Public and Private Property Act 2021. So before you make these comments...
The government work is to prevent the riots or to post-mortem the riots?
No, so now you're not questioning the action on the riots.
No, somebody can tell me this, that government work is to prevent the riots or to post-mortem the riots?
Yeah, so it's...
If UP government is post-morteming the riots, I'm happy with that if they are post-morteming the riots. But believe me, I am very sad that Prime Minister and President of India is in Kanpur and there are riots happening. And you yourself is saying, Shantanu Gupta is saying that this mob was collecting the stones, they were having the petrol, they were having the iron rods. From where these all come in? The Prime Minister is coming to the Kanpur, President of India is coming to the Kanpur, Yogi himself is coming to the Kanpur, and there is a big event of the UP government, of the investment to bring in the Uttar Pradesh, and these people are free flow collecting the stones to throw on that day. And you are aware,
so the only way,
and within a one day you are saying
Rohit, I'll let Shantanu wanted to respond to you. Shantanu, please. Yes, Shantanu.
Arnab, we are standing in a UP, and I'm living in UP for all the panelists. I'm born and brought up in UP in Bareilly, Rampur, Muradabad. So I've seen all of this for the last 40 years.
Same here.
Yeah. So in UP before 2017, don't speak non-stop. Now have the heart and brain to hear. Now have the heart and brain to hear.
Just tell me one event.
Have the heart and I'll tell you. For you have to listen to that.
Prime Minister of India is in
Do like this. Do like this. Do like this.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
You should.
Arnab, you have to moderate. You have to moderate. Don't make it fan ki dukaan ke debate. Don't make it a fan ki dukaan ke debate.
Come on.
You might be used to of that. This is Republic TV. This is Republic
Can you,
TV.
Rohit, let him, Rohit, I request you, let him make his comment. You have a right to rebut, but it won't be appropriate for you to just speak over him. Just wait a minute. Thank you. And let's not get into this idea, born and brought up in UP or not, etc. I was not born in UP. Should I not comment on what Yogi is doing? I was born in Guwahati. I should not comment on what Yogi is doing. Come on now, let's not be facile about it. Let him complete his point. Thank you.
So before 2017, just take the records. Before every festival, Hindu-Muslim festival, they were writing. In Muzaffarnagar, something happened. They were writing for days and days together. In today's UP, if something starts in the morning, by the time you are evening, you have posters out. You have posters out. Who are the culprits? What are their photos? What are their residences? What property they have destroyed? And by the week, it's sorted. That UP we are living in. That's why 4 lakh crore rupees of investment in Kanpur alone. 800 crore rupees investment is coming. One of the defense corridor node is in Kanpur. Noida is metro is coming in Kanpur. Multiple industries are coming in Kanpur. That's why Prime Minister. Yeah, you are right. What is the fault of Yogi administration? I'll tell you what is the fault of Yogi administration. One day before, the Muslim group said we will not do any kind of protest. The Yogi government fault is that they believed the Muslim group. They should have not believed the Muslim group. They said we will not do any writing, we will not do any protest, and will not come out. योगी गवर्नमेंट ने योगी के पुलिस प्रशासन पे उन पे एतबार कर लिया. ये योगी आदित्यनाथ की सबसे बड़ी गलती है. From next time onward, they should not believe any such assurances. That's the Yogi government's fault, and I agree to that.
और इसमें जिम्मेदारी भी बनती है ना मौलाना जी, इसमें जिम्मेदारी भी बनती है ना लोगों पे. जैसे आप जैसे इस्लामिक स्कॉलर हैं, आप जैसे मौलाना, आप पे भी जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि ऐसे लोगों को सख्त से सख्त जब सजा मिले तो उसका समर्थन करें. आप इसको धार्मिक रंग देने की कोशिश ना करें. धार्मिक एंगल देके कोई फायदा होने वाला है नहीं इसमें. Am I right, रतन शारदा? इसमें अगर कोई कहे कि फोटो क्यों लगाए गए, ये मुस्लिम नौजवान है, मुस्लिम है, हिंदू है, उसका मतलब ही नहीं है इसमें. ये पत्थरबाज है, ये दंगाई है ना.
ये कैमरा झूठ नहीं बोलता.
कैमरा झूठ नहीं बोलता, बिल्कुल नहीं बोलता.
सारे एविडेंस झूठ नहीं बोलते. तो अगर खुल के ऐसे नेता आएंगे तो दंगे तब रुकेंगे. दंगे ये ओवैसी के चेलों से नहीं हटेंगे, आप जैसे मौलाना से हटेंगे. जब उनको समझाएंगे कि इस तरह की चीजें बंद करो, लोगों को शांति से रहने दो, कानून के रास्ते पे चलो, कंप्लेंट है तो पुलिस में जाओ, अदालत के दरवाजे खटखटाओ, दंगे फसाद मत करो. जब आप जैसे सयाने लोग कहेंगे तब ये पॉलिटिशियन फेल होंगे. तब तक ये पॉलिटिशियन ओवैसी जैसे लोग वहां दंगे करवाते रहेंगे, उसको मजे लेते रहेंगे.
Exactly. लेकिन देखिए, इस तरह की बातें जो लोग दंगा करवा रहे हैं वो बिल्कुल गलत कर रहे हैं. और वो हम तो ये कहते हैं कि वो देश के दुश्मन हैं कि जो इस तरीके से देश के अंदर और अपने प्रदेश के अंदर एक माहौल को खराब करना चाहते हैं. जहां तक योगी जी की बात है, वो उत्तर प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री हैं, चीफ मिनिस्टर हैं. वो दंगाइयों के खिलाफ जैसा बेहतर समझेंगे और सही समझेंगे उस हिसाब से एक्शन लेंगे. वो मुख्यमंत्री हैं, उनको लेना भी चाहिए. कैसे लॉ एंड ऑर्डर कंट्रोल करेंगे, कैसे वो यूपी को कंट्रोल करेंगे, कैसे वो दंगाइयों से निपटेंगे, ये मुख्यमंत्री का काम है. वो कंट्रोल करेंगे.
वारिस के बारे में बताऊं मैं.
वारिस इन द मिडल.
Arnab, do you remember?
There are courts. There is a court
to
see whether a man is guilty or no. The court will decide, and the court will say, "Okay, I am imprisoning him." Then only the action can be taken for bulldozing. But merely without taking the person as we arrested
for Islamic countries. This is how times have changed. We had Owaisi condemning Pakistan for talking about Indian Muslims. Today, this Indian Muslim is very happy
Well, I
that
think
Middle East people speak about it.
And I just want to say that what people ask me, people ask today, people ask for proof. Waris Pathan comes and says, what proof does the Yogi government have to act against these 50 or the others? And I just want you viewers to look at these pictures out there. What more proof do you need? What more proof do you need? The proof is there. The proof has always been there. But unfortunately in this country, we have sort of covered up the proof, and we've tried to be politically correct. We've tried to carry out appeasement, and we've tried to say unidentified mobs. Mobs are not unidentified, ladies and gentlemen. Petrol bombs are being hurled here. Guns could be used next. Unless these people are taught a lesson, then there's no other way. Right now, there is tremendous support across the country for the Yogi way. And ladies and gentlemen, now, gold, cash, crores recovered. All connected, the agencies say, to the person Arvind Kejriwal is completely sticking his neck out for. His name is Satyendra Jain. And at least in the court of public opinion right now, he seems to have almost no support. See you on the other side.
Enroll in any of Raver's